What do you think you will regret at the end of your life? Choosing the wrong job? Marrying the wrong person? Maybe treating people poorly? Carl Pillemer, a gerontologist at Cornell University, conducted a study with 1,500 people over 65 years old, asking them what haunts them the most. And, as a matter of fact, one of their biggest regrets was not taking enough career chances. I personally find this quite interesting because the regret was being too careful. Throughout their life, they were worried about making decisions they might regret, but at the end of the day, they didn't take any chances. As humans, we make millions of decisions a day, whether it be what socks to wear, what shoes to buy, when to get married, what house to get. The decisions are endless and diverse. According to economists, most people apply a rational decision-making process called the cost-benefit analysis. In other words, it is believed that when making decisions, people will always weigh the benefits and the costs of each option. And they will only choose an option if the benefits outweigh the costs, clearly, which becomes a daily mental process. Neuroscientifically, our brain has multiple functions that help us assign value to our options. And although rational thinking is far from perfect, influenced by factors such as emotions and biases, at a simple level, the cost-benefit analysis is the way we conduct our day-to-day decisions. Sounds great. I'll wear this nice shirt because I'm seeing that cute girl. I'll tell my friend how I feel. It'll improve our friendship. But the issue is that the way most people conduct this cost-benefit analysis comes at its own very big cost. I'll give an example to explain. In Quebec, as many of you probably already know, high schoolers graduate in grade 11, not grade 12, meaning that they do 2 years at an educational institute called Cégep to replace that last year of high school. And then, surprisingly, they're allowed to apply to law school straight away after Cégep and skip the usual requirement of a bachelor's degree. Let's say Joseph is some Cégep student who's aspiring to become a lawyer in the future. It's his big dream. He's graduating Cégep and he has to decide if he wants to apply right away out of Cégep or if he wants to do the usual traditional route and do a bachelor's degree first and then apply. There's a clear benefit to applying right away. If he's admitted, he gets to pursue his dream immediately. There's a few issues though, because for one, the cohort of students that he would be with if he was admitted would be a lot older than he was. Well, most of them would be, because they would have done the bachelor degree. It's also very competitive to try to get in, and he would have less experience if he didn't do the bachelor degree first. For Joseph, these are the clear costs of going straight out of Cégep. There's a problem though, because if he doesn't go straight out of Cégep, he will have to wait longer to pursue his dream. So Joseph does a cost-benefit analysis, just like I just did with you, and he decides to do a bachelor's degree first and then apply to law school because, of course he can. He'll apply later. Makes sense, right? Not really. There's one factor we haven't considered here. Where is the certainty that Joseph can even apply to law school after his undergraduate degree? Will he even graduate? What if he gets, a brain injury? What if he has to take care of a sick family member? What if he gets married and has a child and wants to focus on that? Now hear me out. I know this is crazy, but what if there's a global pandemic? The potential setbacks are endless. What's my point? In the moment, when a person is deciding between option A seemingly slightly worse option, but that is in the present, and option B, an option that seems better, but is in the future, this option might not actually be the best option because it is in the future. It is no longer certain that option B will even be a possibility. And that in itself is a very big cost. The uncertainty of any choice being in the future is a big cost, and a cost that is often overlooked. I'm not saying Joseph should not 100% apply to Cégep right away. And I'm not saying that he has to take this present opportunity and not think through it. All I'm saying is that If more people consider the uncertainty of the future when making their decisions, many Josephs of the world would have made a different choice. We are commonly told to live an active life and seize opportunities. Science tells us that living a so-called active life is super healthy and essential. But in reality, seizing the day is actually really hard to do. We are limited by our own innate decision-making. Why? Because the future seems real to us. We rather choose options that are in the future that seem better because we think that the future is going to be our reality. Whatever we predict and whatever we expect is going to happen. But the truth is, the reality is, the future is only a figment of our imagination. A creation that is very elaborate and convincing, but is no more real than an idea or a dream. People don't take enough chances because they don't realize that the future is uncertain and unknown. But when we realize that what's to come isn't what we expected, it's too late. Saying the future is unexpected and unrealistic is such an understandable thing to say right now because of everything that's happening in the world. But what if I told you 6 months ago that there was going to be a global pandemic in 2020 that would change the world? What opportunities would you have seized? What decisions would you have made differently? I'm not saying to not carefully consider your choices and always take the opportunity in front of you. I am saying, however, that the next time you have a life-changing decision and that you're weighing the costs and the benefits, remember that the future is uncertain and unknown, and that, in itself, is a big cost. So, good news. Your future is overrated. Start seizing a few more of your present opportunities. They are the only ones that are guaranteed.